Falcons fans, the storm is here. In just 24 hours, Atlanta will lock in their 53-man roster for the 2025 season. Dreams will be made, hearts will be broken, and one decision could change the future of this franchise. This isn't just about numbers on a depth chart. This is about who the Falcons are going to battle with when the season kicks off. And let me tell you right now, some of these choices will shock you. The Atlanta Falcons are staring down the most dramatic moment of the offseason, final roster cutdown day. By this team must trim its roster to 53 names, and every single spot matters. That's not just paperwork. That's players fighting for their careers, veterans wondering if this is their last shot, and rookies hoping they've done enough to prove they belong. Quarterback is where it all begins. No surprises here, Michael Penix Jr. is the guy. He's QB1 and the clear face of this new Falcons era. Behind him sits Kirk Cousins, the veteran whose future is still cloudy. And then there's Easton Stick. Some teams are choosing to keep only 2 quarterbacks these days, but I think Atlanta rolls with 3. Why? Because Cousins could still be on the move. If a trade happens mid-season, Stick is ready to step into that QB2 role without hesitation. It's a safety net the Falcons cannot afford to lose. Now to the backfield, where the Falcons might break another trend. Instead of 4 running backs, I see them keeping just 3: Bijan Robinson, Tyler Allgeier, and Nathan Carter. Bijan is the star, Allgeier is the hammer, but Carter? Carter has been the story of the preseason. His vision, his patience, his burst, it all showed in that highlight touchdown against the Titans, a run that looked straight out of Le'Veon Bell's prime. That play alone may have cemented his RB3 spot. At wide receiver, 6 names stand out: Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, Catterall Hodge, Casey Washington, and Jamal Agnew. The first 5 were easy locks, but that 6th spot? That's where the drama comes in. Chris Blair gave everything this preseason: 12 catches, nearly 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns. By the numbers, he deserved it. But in the end, I think Atlanta gives the nod to Agnew. He brings versatility, return skills, and a veteran presence. Blair may not make it now, but his performance has put the league on notice. He'll get another shot. This is just the start of the story. With quarterbacks, running backs, and wideouts lined up, the Falcons are building their identity piece by piece. And tomorrow, the final cut will write history. Falcons fans, I need you in the comments. Who do you think deserves that final wide receiver spot, Chris Blair or Jamal Agnew? And how confident are you in this quarterback group heading into Week 1? Drop your thoughts below. This is your team, your voice. The wide receiver battle came down to 2 names: Jamal Agnew or Chris Blair. Agnew brings experience and special teams value. Blair brought production, nearly 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in the preseason. That decision will sting for some fans, and it's one we'll be watching closely, because Blair absolutely proved he belongs somewhere in this league. Now, let's shift to the tight end room, and this one feels pretty straightforward. The Falcons keep 3: Kyle Pitts, Charlie Warner, and Tegan Quitoriano. Pitts is the star weapon, Warner is the steady blocker, and Quitoriano has the size and physical presence you want at depth. There won't be any wild surprises here. If you're a Philippe Franks believer, you might have hoped for a different outcome, but at this point, those 3 names look locked in. But here's where the real drama starts: the offensive line. Injuries have completely shaken up this unit. The starters right now? Jake Matthews, Matthew Bergeron, Ryan Neuzil, Chris Lindstrom, and Elijah Wilkinson at right tackle. Behind them, depth is rounded out with Joshua Gray, Javon Gwynn, Kyle Hinton, and Jack Nelson. That gives Atlanta 9. But the big story? Storm Norton and Caleb McGarry are both on injured reserve. Norton should return around Week 5 or Week 6, which means once he's back, somebody from that depth group will have to go. And McGarry? His situation is far murkier. Raheem Morris already said he'll miss extended time, but nobody knows if that means 10 weeks, the entire regular season, or even longer. His status will change the shape of this O-line completely. For now, this gives rookie Jack Nelson, the seventh-round pick from Wisconsin, a golden chance to make the 53-man roster. And let's be real, his preseason was rough. He struggled badly in protection. But injuries have opened a door, and Nelson is walking through it. Sometimes the NFL is just that brutal. You don't make it because you're ready. You make it because the team simply needs bodies. So as of today, Atlanta has 25 names set on a fence. The tight ends are locked. The wide receiver battle is controversial. And the O-line is walking into week 1 with more questions than answers. Falcons fans, grade this offensive roster right now, A, B, C, D, or F. How confident are you in this offensive line holding up while McGarry and Norton are sidelined? Drop your take below, because this group could make or break the season. Forget the sponsor talk. This is the part Falcons fans truly care about: the defense. The unit that's been criticized, doubted, and questioned for years is finally starting to take shape. Let's break it down front to back, starting with the big men up front. On the defensive line, the Falcons are rolling with Rukor Harharo, Zach Harrison, David Onyemata, Brandon Dorlus, Taquan Graham, and Lakali London. London is the story here. He came into camp with little fanfare, but his preseason performance spoke volumes: 4 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. That kind of production in limited snaps shows he can be a valuable rotational piece. In a division where stopping the run is life or death, London may have just forced his way into the 53. Next up, the inside linebackers. Only 4 names here: Caden Ellis, Divine Deablo, J.D. Bertrand, and Josh Woods. But there's one more waiting in the wings: Troy Anderson. Right now, he's on injured reserve, and fans are split on what his future holds. Some doubt he'll ever reach his potential, but don't count him out just yet. Raheem Morris has been loud in his support of Anderson, insisting the young linebacker still has a huge role to play once he's healthy. If he makes it back, he'll immediately slide into one of these roster spots. Now, the spot every fan is watching: the edge rushers. For years, Atlanta's edge group has been mocked as one of the weakest in the league. But not anymore. This year, it looks different. This year, it looks dangerous. The Falcons are keeping Arnold Ebiketie, rookie Jalen Walker, rookie James Pierce Jr., Leonard Floyd, Bralon Trice, and Khalid Kareem. That's 6 edge rushers, and every single one brings something unique. Floyd is the veteran leader. Ebiketie is ready for a bigger role. But the real excitement? The rookies. Walker and Pierce Jr. have the potential to form a pass-rush duo that defines this defense for years to come. The energy, the raw power, the flashes we've already seen, Falcons fans can finally believe again that pressure is coming off the edge. And now, to the cornerbacks, where we've got a small but important update. The group looks like this: A.J. Terrell, Mike Hughes, D. Alford, Nathan Brooks, Clark Phillips, and Billy Bowman. Terrell is the unquestioned leader, a shutdown corner who still doesn't get enough national respect. Phillips is the young playmaker who's been climbing fast. Brooks is sliding in after showing grit and toughness in camp. But the name that turns heads here is rookie Billy Bowman. His inclusion says a lot about where this defense is going next. The Falcons' defense, for the first time in a long time, feels like it has real depth, real upside, and real young stars to build around. Falcons fans, tell me right now, which part of this defense excites you most? Is it the new blood on the edge, the steady growth of A.J. Terrell in the secondary, or the hope of Troy Anderson's return? Drop your thoughts below, because this defense might finally be turning the corner. All signs point to Billy Bowman becoming the Falcons' starting nickel corner. It's not official yet, but every report, every practice note, and every whisper around Atlanta points to the rookie getting the nod over D. Alford. For a player fresh out of college to walk in and immediately take a starting role, that tells you just how much the coaching staff trusts him. But Bowman isn't the only corner worth talking about. Clark Phillips has been one of the most debated names on this roster. A few weeks ago, people wondered if he could even survive final cuts. Yes, he's battled injuries and his preseason wasn't perfect, but Phillips brings something you can't replace: experience. Last year, he stepped up in big moments when Atlanta needed him most. Compared to a player like Mike Ford, Phillips's upside feels too valuable to throw away. He may not start, but as a rotational piece, he still holds serious weight in this cornerback room. Meanwhile, Nathan Brooks earned his spot with a strong camp. His coverage was sticky, his effort was undeniable, but, and this is a big but, his tackling is still a huge question mark. Too many whiffs, too many missed stops in preseason. If he wants to stick long-term, that's the part of his game he needs to clean up fast. And then there's Kobe Bryant, a fan favorite whose name always pops up. Unfortunately, the story here is tough. A nagging hamstring injury cost him precious time, and when he did get on the field, the Cowboys game exposed him badly. The brutal truth? That performance likely cost him his place on this roster. Now let's step back and talk about what is, without question, the strongest unit on this defense: the safeties. Atlanta is rolling with Jesse Bates, Xavier Watts, Jordan Fuller, and DeMarco Hellams. Bates is the anchor, the tone setter, the heart of this secondary. Watts brings young energy and physicality. Fuller adds veteran depth, and Hellams? Fans have been waiting to see him healthy after missing last year, and this season finally gives him that chance. This safety group is loaded. Flat out loaded. If the corners can just hold their ground, this safety room will make the entire defense better. Finally, we wrap with special teams. 3 names, all important: Young Hoku at kicker, Liam McCullough at long snapper, and Bradley Pinion at punter. Koo has been beloved in Atlanta for years, but let's be real, last season wasn't good enough. His leash is short now. If he struggles again, the Falcons may have no choice but to make a change. That's it, 53 names, a complete roster. The corners have fresh faces, the safeties are stacked, and special teams is steady but under pressure. With only 13 days left until kickoff, the Falcons are standing on the edge of a new season. Every roster spot matters. Every mistake will be magnified. And every play could define this team's future. Falcons fans, grade the defense and special teams together right now. A, B, C, D, or F? Are you confident in Billy Bowman stepping into that nickel role? And how short is your leash for Young Hoku? Drop your takes in the comments, because the season is almost here, and it's time to rise up.